Good evening, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 31st, 2022. Before we start, it would be remiss of me not to ask everybody to have a moment of silence for a Columbia High School student that we lost this past week. Thank you. And thank you to Dr. Taylor and the team for working with the high school administration to help everyone process what has occurred. This meeting of the South Orange Maplewood Board of Education is being live streamed as well as recorded for storing and viewing on our district website. The public can participate during hearings of individuals and delegates by signing up for Public Speaks via WebEx through a form that's available on our website. Adequate written notice of this meeting of the South Orange Maplewood Board of Education has been sent to both townships and village clerks, the Star Ledger, the News Record, tapintosoma.net, and the Village Green. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Mr. Burnside, please note for the record that Board Member Winkfield gave notice that she would be unable to attend this evening. And with that, can you please take the roll?
Board Member Susan Bergen.
Here.
Board President Thayer Joshua.
Here.
Board Member Alyssa Malaspina.
Here.
Board Member Aaron Siders.
We cannot hear you, Board Member Siders.
Board Member.
Hello, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah. Board Member Kali Telesford.
Here.
Board Member Arun Vadlamani.
Here.
Board Member Caitlin Woodletter.
Here.
Board Member Johanna Wright.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you. The school board meeting is a business meeting in public and not a meeting with the public. Oftentimes, it may appear to members of our audience that the Board of Education takes action with very little comment and in many cases, unanimous vote. For matters placed on the agenda at a public meeting, the administration has thoroughly reviewed the matter with the superintendent. If the superintendent is satisfied the matter is ready to be presented to the board, it is referred to the appropriate board committee. Members of that committee work with the administration and the superintendent to ensure members fully understand the matter. After the committee discusses the matter, it is then shared with other board members for consideration, and only then is it placed on the agenda for board discussion and possible action at a public meeting. We're now at the time for public speaks, also known as the hearings of individuals and delegates. This is an opportunity for you to share concerns about an item on the agenda, but not a time for dialogue with the board. The board requests that you state your name and town of residence for the record. We'll set the time limit to 2 minutes for each speaker, and we ask that you respect that time limit. We must cut you off so it does not appear as if we're giving anyone an advantage to share their views over another individual. Speakers have the full protection of free speech during public speaks. However, this forum does not protect you from the subject of your free speech pursuing libel or slander charges. Finally, the board recommends that all members of our community pursue the chain of command.
Excuse me, Board President Joshua, the
Yes,
virtual.
I'd like to make a motion to hold this meeting virtually. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I think that was Board Member Whitlifter. All in favor? All right, that appears to be unanimous, Mr. Burnside. All right, our first public speaks is from Dennis Kearney.
Thank you, Board President Joshua. I just was hoping to briefly note, to speak briefly about the coronavirus notification protocols that are in effect today. And I know that that's not a direct agenda item. Is that something I can speak to?
Yes, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you. You know, I received a notification today, as I'm used to seeing, of a positive case in one of my children's schools. My name is Dennis Carney. I'm a Maplewood resident. I have 2 district children and 1 incoming kindergartner. We received these notifications of the tests within the school. I'm speaking today to ask you to consider sharing information about which classrooms that positive tests occur, where that information is available. I realize that when you moved to a mask optional policy, that you stated that contact tracing was administratively burdensome and a challenge to continue to commit to. However, in instances where the school actually knows of positive cases, to not share that information just to me seems irresponsible, illogical, and doesn't really allow us to move throughout society. If I take my kids to a doctor's appointment, one of the things they ask me is, "Are you aware of any close contacts with COVID-19?" I can't even answer that question. I have I was excited to host a birthday party for one of my children this upcoming weekend. We've invited 22 second graders to my backyard. It'll be my kid's first birthday party with friends since she was in preschool. And I'm sitting here today. I don't know whether that's an irresponsible thing for me to do, because even though I know that there's COVID positive cases in my kid's school, when I emailed the principal to find out whether or not it's actually in my child's classroom and whether or not having those kids over to my house is something that I can do, I was met with, "We can't share that information anymore." So to me, I understand the delicate balance of trying to to deal with all of the various the vocal parties on all sides here. But in the interest of like full transparency, I think when this information is available, it ought to be shared with parents so that we can, it informs our discussions with our children about masking, and it allows us to feel like we're being responsible in the way we move around the town. And it's information that if you have, I think you owe it to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kearney. All right, and that concludes our public speaks. With that, I'd like to make the following motion. The Board of Education will be adjourning to executive session to discuss, wait, let me see. Do I have to be specific here? To adjust to interview candidates for our general counsel solicitor position. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Board Member Whitletter. All in favor? All right, that appears to be unanimous, Mr. Burnside. Ms. Butler, do I need to either make a motion or announce we will not be returning to public session?
Yes, I was just unmuting for that.
Okay, and so after that, after we adjourn, we will not be returning to public session. So I'll make the following motions. The Board of Education will meet in a special public session Tuesday, April 5th at 6:30 p.m. via online conference platform for a CNI update. The community can participate by taking the action steps that will be listed on the agenda. Action may be taken. The Board of Education will meet in executive session Monday, April 18th at 6:30 p.m. in the Superintendent's office at 525 Academy Street, as well as utilizing online video conference platform to discuss matters of legal, personnel, and matters related to negotiations. After executive session, the board will meet in public session Monday, April 18th at 7:30 p.m. at 525 Academy Street in the district meeting room, as well as utilizing online video conference platform. Action will be taken. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Board Member Siders. All in favor? All right, that appears to be unanimous, Mr. Burnside. My own public speaks. Appears to be unanimous, Mr. Burnside. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.